It is the chilling tale of blind love.
I was worried that John was going to kill me to try to get the money because I had married him.
And lies.
The papers show that John has numerous names, numerous social security numbers.
A handsome, volatile con man.
He said I was a whore and a bitch and I was going to pay for what I did.
He was the most evil person I've ever met.
Costs and consequences of online dating scam. Romance scammers create fake profiles on dating sites and apps or contract their targets through popular social media sites like Facebook, Instagram, or Google Hangouts. The term of imprisonment may be served in county jail up to 3 years.
Dirty John tells the story of John Meehan, a master of deception who charmed and tormented his unsuspecting victims, women like Deborah Newell.
Millions of people turn to online dating apps and social networking sites to meet someone, especially now pandemic. But instead of finding romance, many find scammers trying to trick them into sending money. Scammers know millions of people using online dating apps. Here are some tips on what you can do to avoid scammers. First, slow down and talk to someone you trust. Do not let scammers rush you. Second one, never transfer money from your bank account or even buying gift cards or wire money to online love interest, because once you do, you will never get it back. This situation is happening to each and every one of us, regardless of gender. There is no scammers or only women, and there is no victims that is only man.
I decided that I had it all, except love.
That search for a soulmate brought her online, where she met the man who would forever change her and her children's lives.
He said everything right. I liked what he had on his profile. He had his daughters, he had animals, that he was an anesthesiologist.
The then 59-year-old went on her first date with the tall, good-looking, self-proclaimed doctor at this Houston's restaurant. Even though Deborah had only known him for 2 months, she agreed to marry him while on a trip to Las Vegas. John seemed like the man of her dreams. They soon moved into this waterfront home on ritzy Balboa Island. She paid for everything, overlooking red flag after red flag her children picked up on from the beginning. But John's story about serving with Doctors Without Borders in Iraq was just one fictional tale in a web of deceit he'd woven.
I mean, almost everything he told me was a lie.
John would isolate Deborah from her family in an effort to control every...
Hi, this is Pindrika Galton, and today I will be talking about what we should do when we are on an online dating app or website. Number 1, take it slow. You do not rush into an online relationship. We should be asking lots of questions to someone who we have met online, because sometimes the way they answer our questions reveal who they are. Number 2, well, they will be sending you lots of pictures, and you should better Google them, because con artists and scammers tend to send you pictures of those lesser known good looking models just to make sure that you feel attracted.
Came to a
Number
John was not who I married whatsoever.
It was his true nature, something his first wife of almost 10 years, Tanya, is all too familiar with. Sharing in the documentary how she learned that he was a liar and a drug addict.
I found on the very top shelf, pushed all the way to the back, a box of anesthesia drugs, fentanyl and Versed.
After the couple split, John made violent threats heard here in these recorded phone calls.
Tanya, you enjoy your time left on this earth, okay? Because that's what it's going to come down to.
Tanya and her daughter spent years fearing for their lives.
Some reported feeling vulnerable, lonely, violated, and depressed in the most extreme cases, suicidal, and the experience. These emotional and psychological impacts relate to both of stress, financial loss, and loss of the self-confidence that the victims described following the fraud.
It is not based on the gender, it is based on who you are and what you are as a person.